Good morning, Facebook. So, I wanted to come on quickly to talk about the Fasciablaster. Because yesterday I ended up with what I think is an issue with my ankle, which I think it would be tendonitis, maybe, Achilles tendonitis specifically. At first I thought there was something going on with my heel, but I think it's Achilles tendonitis, which I know in fact tends to be easily, one could be easily diagnosed for the other. So after getting more and more sore in the Achilles heel area, and the Achilles tendon, I realized I think it's tendonitis from just overusing and doing a lot of jump training. After yesterday, I teach 2 dance classes and Insanity. And I'm heading out to go teach another class today. So I was like, I absolutely need to get this to get me through one more class this week. So I wanted to actually talk about this tool that I've been using. I know a lot of people have probably heard about it because the woman who created it has been marketing it really well via Facebook and Instagram. Hey Char! See, Charlene is joining too because she also uses this amazing tool. Tamika, you have pain in your Achilles tendon. Yeah, this is the first time I've had this happen to me, but I had a friend who had this, and I know she was like, oh, it took a few weeks to rest it and get better. So I'm trying to I guess I'm trying to be God here and do whatever I can do to make it heal a little bit quicker, at least to get me through this one last class for the week, and then I can rest it for a few days. And then maybe I'll see what happens after that. So right now, what I decided to do after doing some research last night, I was up at 4:30 a.m. figuring out what in the world I'm going to do about this. So I don't know if you can see, because I can't see. So I'm just soaking my foot in an Epsom salt bath for right now, just to warm everything up and to get some magnesium into my muscles. It said that will help. Hey, Keely. Oh, Curtis, you just had this happen. Yeah, I don't know. What were you? I don't know if you were training or doing anything where you were jumping. Were you doing a program? But this is kind of crazy because I didn't feel it happening. If you guys have had this happen, nothing popped, nothing hurt, nothing happened. It just sort of as the day went on, it started getting worse and worse and worse. Yep. So you were training for a marathon. So I've gotten runner's knee, which I think is the same thing. It's tendonitis of the knee from running, and I'm not a runner, so that happened to me before. But what I wanted to talk about today was how I'm going to try and use this tool to help out with this, because a lot of people will use this also for plantar fasciitis as well. So for those of you who might not have seen this tool in particular, right now I'm just putting massage oil all over, from calf down to my foot. So I'm going to actually massage out my entire foot. And the reason why this is a little bit different than your normal, you see a lot of the foot and calf massagers, or sometimes even the shin massagers. So the good thing about this is that it has these little claws on it, and I'll show you. It has these really awesome little claws, and they can really get inside of certain areas that sometimes when you're just foam rolling or using one of those massage tools, or even the massage balls, when you're rubbing them under the foot, that something like that just can't get into. So let me try to have you guys watch what I'm doing while I'm doing it, if this will allow me. Let's see. Just give me a second. I'm going to try a few things. Worst case, I'm going to put you guys on the floor and see if that is a little bit better. All right, so sorry for a strange view, but I wanted you guys to see like exactly what I'm doing. So I'm just going to start on the bottom of the foot, and I'm massaging underneath, just in different areas. Now I'm feeling like right in this area on like the outside of the heel, I can really feel a little like tenderness. So I'm going to like spend some time in there. So just to give you a little background of this tool. So the woman who created this tool, her name is Ashley Black. She, in my opinion, is like the most amazing thing since sliced bread, because like this tool has been such a game changer for me. I probably would not have been able to keep teaching all of the classes that I do if it wasn't for her creating this and making it available to people at like an affordable price. Oh my God, Shar, I want to see what you're saying. I love this tool. I use it on my feet after being on my feet all day, and I found it amazing. Yeah, I don't normally spend as much time on my feet because I don't normally have like as much of an issue. I sometimes do like right around, like I do a quick version on the top of my foot and around the ankle a little bit, but I've never spent so much time on the bottom of the foot. So let's see how this works. Whatever helps me today, just get through this one last class. So anyway, Ashley Black is a fasciology expert. And for those of you who might not know as much about what fascia is and what fasciology is, sort of like, you know, we go to see a massage therapist, right, to help us with muscular issues, and we go to see a chiropractor for the skeletal issues, like specifically in our spine, right? But what about how all those things connect into the central nervous system? So they're connected by the joints and something over the joints, which is fascia. So oftentimes a lot of people think that, and she explains this, she has an amazing book. I don't get paid for recommending any of her products or her books or anything. I just think that they're that much amazing, that everyone should actually have this tool in their home and understand about this, because there's probably I think there's like a bazillion conditions that you can use this product for. And this is the mini. I also have a full one, and she just came out with a facial one, which I know Charlene just got her facial one, which if I had a facial one, I'd probably be using that on the upper part of my foot to get into some of the spots that are just a little bit smaller. So you can see I'm doing like the top, I'm coming up between each toe. So we go back to what, again, like the idea of working on our fascia is that oftentimes people have a lot of pain, right? We have back pain, we have joint inflammation and joint pain, we have arthritis, we have plantar fasciitis, we have all these issues. And what it comes down to is that really the issue is that there's probably a fascial adhesion. So what we call is like a knot. We go to like the massage therapist and we're like, oh, we have this like awful knot in our shoulder. Can you get it out? And they'll work on us for an hour and it'll feel great for like a day, right? And then right after, whoever just like that, I'm not sure if you're just agreeing, right? By the next day, you're already like back in pain again, right? Or the next time you go to do whatever you're doing, whether you're sitting at a desk or you're working out, by the very next day, you're already, going through the same issue again. So I'm just going to come around here, start to do the Achilles tendon area. So get in between in the back, and I'm going to come all the way up. So I'm sure from like walking incorrectly yesterday and trying to dance incorrectly, I probably made some issues all along this area. So again, all that connective tissue, right? There's something that has to be done with all of that as well. That, you know, when we have massage or chiropractic, it's really not treating. So how she explains it is that it kind of looks like chicken wire. If you think about fascia, if we go to, a good analogy is that like if you go to cut a piece of chicken, if you ever see that white stuff on chicken and it's really difficult to pull off, and like if you're kind of like trying to pull it off the chicken, it's like it's really like covering it, and sometimes you'll even see it where it looks like that, like chicken wire effect, where it's like really crisscrossed and all tangled up. That's fascia. And think about that like when it's covering your muscle. So if you're working on also trying to grow your muscles, that could be stopping muscle growth. Or more importantly, if you're having pain, blood flow to that area, right? So we all know like inflammation, a thing about like any type of pain and inflammation, or like for instance an injury, we want to get blood flow back to that area. This will help with that. So this helps not only get blood flow, and you can actually see if I start going crazy in a certain area, you will start to see it starting to get really red, and that's bringing all the blood flow back to that area. Carolyn, let me see what you're asking. I love this thing. I have the big and the mini, and yep, exactly. I'm so glad. Like, I have to make sure. Carolyn, I have a local group for Philly girls who are using this, so that way we can help each other and possibly even do like meetups and stuff. So anyone in the Philly area, if you'd like to, sometimes you need like a blasting babe girlfriend to help you if you have like a sauna, access to a sauna to go and like meet up in, to help each other. There's spots that you really can't get yourself as well as if you have a partner in crime working on it with you. So this tool, again, like it's really meant to kind of iron out those fascial adhesions and to make everything, so think of it, so she explains it as like you're taking that chicken wire and you're like flattening it back out to where it should look like, where it kind of like should run with the shape of the muscle. Which in fact, like again, that is where like when a lot of people are complaining about issues, right? Like muscular issues, they think they have a knot. It's really just a fascial adhesion. I'm getting right in here between like the shin bone and that side muscle. This has been amazing. I used to get shin splints a lot, and now I don't because of this. I do this once a week in this area. There's also some local massage therapists that I found who started using this tool, and because they've seen such a huge difference in their in themselves, they started to offer the service to actually do like a full body treatment with this tool. So for those of you who might be afraid to like do this on your own, I'm going to still go back to this area because it was extra sore, going really deep. If you guys have any questions, I know this is probably not the prettiest video to watch. I have really jacked up feet, so awful dancer feet. So don't mind that. What else? Oh, thanks, Sharp. So we were trying to get together to do this on our trip, but I really would have rather have done this like with a full body session. Maybe I'll still do one of those at some point in the future. But because I was working on this today, I figured why not show you guys and share this tool, because it's been such a life changer for me. Like I can't, like I at least tell like one person a day about this, because anytime somebody comes to me and says like, oh, I'm having problems in this area or that area, I actually also got it as a Christmas gift for one of my personal training clients, because you know it's just a great tool even for sports performance and recovery. So even if you're not someone who like tends to have like issues or pain or any health concerns like that, you can still use it for performance and recovery. And then there's also this little nugget, you can see it, it's a tip where you can really get into certain spots, and like, let's say if I had like a really bad issue in like one spot, like I can actually get in there and like wiggle it around and like really dig into a certain area. I also have a QL issue in my back. It's, I don't know if it's like the insertion area of that is like somewhere in one of the ribs. And when I stick this and wiggle it around and kind of like, this was like a debilitating issue for me with this QL muscle. Like it was not going away. I think I strained something, and it's sort of like an internal muscle, so like massages just were not getting to it. So now I just use this to get to it. I also use this before my massage. So I go once or twice a month to get a massage, and I use this either the night before or the morning of my massage, and you can get such a better quality massage that way, because all that fascia is nice and ready to go. Like all the tissue, everything's in place and where it needs to be, so that way the massage therapist can go and get right into the muscle that they need to. Again, that fascia will like cover that muscle. Like I said, I really recommend grabbing her book and understanding how the body works. It's surprising to me that like, and I think one of the reasons why like I'm such a big fan of hers is because nobody else has mentioned anything about fascia in the past. Like I know that you can go and get oh, Zoe, she's gonna join us for a second. I know that I've heard people who get rolfing. I think I don't know the other term for something that's similar to that, where like they go in and they realign all the connective tissue in the body. And I know that's very expensive. Like it's like $300 or something a session. And typically you need 10 full sessions to do that. So, hey Betsy, I know you're a fan of the Fasciablaster as well. It's funny, I can always see like my friends who are in the groups, because like when we post things in the larger group, there's like hundreds of thousands of people. And it's always awesome to see when your friends are also doing this. I just wish we all lived local to one another so we can really be blasting buddies. Get back, Zoe. I don't want her to get into my salt water. But again, like it's surprising to me that nobody else has thought of this, right? Like how has it been all these years and there aren't like more fasciology experts and more tools that consumers will be using ongoing? Like that's something that boggles my mind, because these are like issues that people could be, I mean, I probably do know the answer to that, like, but people live in pain every single day. So it's surprising to me that if we had, if more people knew about these types of tools and took matters into their own hands, they wouldn't be in as much pain, or when they do go to see the professional that they need to see for certain things, they'll get better results from it, right? So anyway, I am going to finish up here. and focus a little bit more on some spots that you guys aren't going to be able to see. But if you guys have questions, let me know. Like I said, I really recommend everyone having this tool, even if you start off with just the mini because it's so versatile, and then expanding to the other products. All you need is a little bit of massage oil, and it makes, like I said, a huge, huge difference. I didn't get into some of the other, so on Instagram, she markets it as a cellulite remover, because she thinks her whole book is actually called The Cellulite Myth. And her whole book is about how it can really eradicate cellulite on your body. That cellulite is a connective tissue issue and a fascia issue. It's not a fat issue. So have I noticed a difference with that? Yes. Do I think it's like a miracle thing for that? No. Because like anything, it's a little bit of everything. And I didn't really want to even get into this today because like it's like one of those things where I don't like, if people go and get this specifically for like reasons to, like, it's not a miracle pill, it's not a it's not like you're not going to use this like once a week and it's going to like make you like perfect. But can it make a difference? Absolutely. But I always like to talk about more of the performance / pain benefits over the cellulite type of benefits. But again, her book is called the Cellulite Myth, and she kind of like, of course, she's an amazing marketer. Charlene's gonna go to the sauna right now and get her legs. Yep. So the thing about, she's an amazing marketer, this woman, Ashley Black, and of course, right, people are gonna like tune in when she starts talking about cellulite, but what they don't know, I'm sure, like a lot of us have noticed, is like the other benefits that come along with this are, you know, and you don't have to live in pain. Like, it's great to like, you know, reduce your cellulite, but if you don't have to live with pain, that's like the most amazing thing in the world, right? Like, we're never going to be perfect. That's just something we all need to. In fact, we shouldn't want to be perfect. So we should all want to have our own little things that make us unique. So I try to tell my clients that all the time. Like, there's no perfect life or perfect body or perfect anything. I don't even like using the word perfect because it's just not attainable. And that's my opinion. I don't know if you disagree, but that's my opinion. We can agree to disagree if you think differently. But like I said, we can talk about the cellulite issue for hours, and maybe I'll do that when I do the full body explanation. So you guys, one day, when I can get into a sauna, if we're thinking about creating a sauna in my cedar closet for me, because I do this so often and I hate to have to just, you know, only do it at the gym. So I'm going to stop the video, but again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or to go to her YouTube. I think the YouTube is probably, her YouTube channel is amazing. I mean, you can spend hours and hours and hours getting information there. Also her website too. She actually has a lot of the tutorials on the website. So I'm going to finish up here, and hopefully you guys can wish me luck that I will be able to teach my class in like an hour and hopefully I'll be pain-free. I plan on making sure I don't eat anything that's going to be inflammatory today, and I'm going to just try to use every remedy for this Achilles tendonitis. Try and get this better by next week. All right, guys, talk to you later.